You get my love, baby. You know my love.
That's not. I already get that.
How about I'll do the dishes? I'll do the dishes tonight.
You offered that last time and you didn't do it. How about you scoop Clover's poop for a whole week?
I did that already, though.
And now, coming to you from the K2 Studios in San Diego, California, it's the world-famous Kris and Kristine Show.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for listening, and I am Kris.
And I'm Kristine, and welcome to episode 99 of the Kris and Kristine Show.
Fantastic. How's it going, baby?
Well, I think it's going pretty good, except if you notice, if you're looking across the studio, I am not actually sitting there across from you.
What? What happened? Where'd you go?
Where did I go? I'm like a ghost. I disappeared.
I know. The 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're not. So where
I teleported out. It was like total Star Trek edition. Beam me up, Scotty.
You did. I think you did. So today is Saturday, our normal podcasting day, and I'm back here at the studios of the K2 Studios, and Kristine is
not in the K2 Studios. I'm in the remote K2 Studios at an undisclosed location in Central California, aka my parents' house.
Oh, you were in a bunker, I think, is where you're at.
I am a nuclear bunker.
So you drove all the way up there to your parents' house, 350 miles away. Now, how was your adventure driving yesterday up there? I know you didn't drive, so you were a passenger.
Drive.
You were a passenger on the way up there, right?
For the first time, I got to be a passenger. My niece was down spending the night with us on Thursday night to come down for an event that she needed to attend, and she so graciously offered to drive me back up with her. And it just so happens that one of my closest friends is coming back down from Northern California on Sunday or Monday, and so she's going to pick me up. And so I didn't have to do any driving this weekend, but it was the worst last night.
Why was it so bad?
There were, horrible traffic. And then there was, as we got to the point of no return, getting ready to enter the Grapevine, this sign flashed and it said, accident at Grapevine Road, delay 3 hours due to traffic accident. And it really was. So it took us 8 hours to get from San Diego to Central California last night in a trip that normally takes 5.
No way. So 3 hours of delay. Now, when you finally got to the crash, did you actually get a chance to see it?
There was no crash. We didn't see anything.
Oh,
it was
that's
gone.
the worst.
It was just, everything is so backed up.
That's horrible.
But there were 3 accidents we saw, but they were early on. And the bigger ones we didn't actually see. They were cleared up. But the traffic was all the way from just past Magic Mountain a little ways, all the way through to 2 miles off the Grapevine, just south of Bakersfield. It was that far.
No way.
Oh, yeah. It was so long.
Well, if anybody knows, that is the Grapevine, what Kristine's describing, is actually a mountain range, you would call it?
Yeah,
or a mountain pass?
It's a Tejon Pass in California. And
it goes from Los Angeles Valley to Central Valley, right? So
right.
It's the barrier, the wall you got to climb over from the Los Angeles.
The Great Wall of California.
Yes. From the Los Angeles area to go up and over and land down into the Central Valley. With the Central Valley of California really is like a big, long, you know what it reminds me of? Those things you put your corn in to get the butter. It's like the butter trough for your corn. That's kind of what Central California is, a big, long trough.
It totally feels like that right now because there are these massive fires up in Northern California. And because of the way that the air system has been moving, all of that air is just sitting over the Central Valley. And it is so smoky. My asthma is so acting up right now. It's just we woke up this morning and I was like, is that hazy? Because, just 2 days ago, it was super hazy in San Diego and it was misty. Or yesterday, it was misty in the morning. And I was like, is this a coastal layer? And then I went out there and it was ash on the cars. I'm like, no, this is the opposite of a coastal layer. This is a fire layer.
That's got to be. Now, your parents, where they live, they're not in any kind of fire danger, right?
Oh, no. No, it's far away, but it's just the way that it works in the Central Valley is that the air just circulates and picks up all these particulates and then just kind of lands over the Central Valley. And that's what's happening right now is it's just like thick, smoky air and ash and it's gross. It was like you look at the sun and it was like a fireball in the sky, but it was all hazy. Yeah.
You're like, where's the sun at? I don't even see it. See a big glow in the sky?
Yeah,
that's what
you
it is.
do. It was gross.
Now, as far as the weather goes, has it been mild or has it been really hot?
It's been warm. I mean, not like as warm as it typically gets here in August, but it's been hot and, you know, I know how to weather it. I mean, I think I've adjusted quite a bit to San Diego, but when you grow up with summers where it's 115, it's just kind of like no big deal.
115?
Why are you not overreacting? You've been to Vegas, dude.
I know. I think the hottest I've ever seen Vegas is probably about 115, I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, growing up here, it was like 105, 112, something like that. And, you know, we used to walk back and forth to the city pool, and sometimes I'd go without shoes, and yeah, that was not good.
But, you know, you go to Vegas, and you go, like, people say, oh, Vegas is so hot when you go to Vegas, but you're really mostly, like, inside the casinos, and they're totally, like, air-conditioned, or you go outside to the pool, which you're, like, in the pool and stuff, or you go to your cab, which takes you to the next casino. So
right.
So you're really not like out walking around like in the heat. I mean, you can, but for the most part, you're trying to go inside when you're in Vegas for the most part. But leading up to your wonderful road trip up to Central Valley, how was your week at work been this last week?
Oh, it's been good. It's been busy. We're gearing up for all of our school districts to start back up in San Diego County. Some of our year-round schools already started up. But you know what I realized, Kris? I didn't even realize it until this week, is that Ezekiel, our oldest, he's up here in Fresno. He starts his junior year this coming Wednesday already.
No way.
Yeah. And then
is it in person?
They start... Yeah, in person. And then the littles start school the following week. Like, summer's already over for them.
Oh, gosh. Well, actually, most parents who have their kids at home locked up and they're trying to figure out things to do, they're probably enjoying hey, let's get back to school, all right? Let's get this thing going here, you know? So, so is he nervous going back to school, being a big junior?
I don't know, but, you know, I think that he's going to be quite the hit with the ladies in his junior year. Because
why do you say that?
If you think about it, he was there his freshman year and he was like shorter and kind of still not maybe awkward freshman stage, but he grew even more since the last time you've seen him, Kris. He's 6'3" now.
No
and he's
way.
Tall and athletic and it's just very handsome. Maybe I'm biased because I'm his mom, but I'm like,
I think you are. Yeah, you are.
But he is handsome. He's so handsome. And then I'm like, like he's going to be a junior. Should I be worried? Like,
worried about what?
He gets to go to prom this year. Like, am I going to have to worry about like promposals and all of that stuff? Like, this is crazy.
Well, maybe let Ezekiel, you know, I think the thing is too, is you're going to be like, you're going to see Ezekiel's phone. It's going to be like, this girl texted him or that girl texted him, all these different messages. And the worst thing you're going to find out soon, I hate to say this, but he might start getting those selfie pics, you know what I'm talking about?
No. And I don't think anybody else knows either, because that's not the way that our children are exposed to. No, none of that stuff.
I'm just saying, you know, hey, send me a pic, LOL.
No, he doesn't do that.
That's what you got to say. You got to say, send me a pic, LOL.
No.
Is that way you're kind of like joking, but not really joking, you know? Kind of like, LOL.
No. See,
it's all fun.
FYI, I'm not going to let him get advice from you.
What?
Nope. Negative, ghostwriter.
Oh, man.
But I'm just kind of like, reality has set in today that my baby is going to be a junior in high school, and in just one more year after this, he's going to be finishing high school and ready to like flap his little birdie wings and fly the nest and do whatever it is he wants to do, and I am not ready for it.
Oh, babe. You know, I know he's getting older. You know, what's going to be the scary thing, though, is when he finally gets his driver's license.
No!
And he's like, got his car and he leaves, and you're like, where is he? Why isn't he home yet? And that's going to be a scary thing, you knowing that, like, oh, he gets lost so easily. But I think now today with cars that have GPSs and cell phones and all that stuff, when I grew up, I didn't have any of that stuff. You know, I think I had a beeper, actually, when I got my license.
That's funny. Well,
yeah, beepers
the
are
way
pagers, kids.
the way that I was raised is whenever we would go out, my mom would sleep on the couch until we got home. And so we all had curfews, very strict curfews, but she would sleep on the couch until she knew that we got home, and then she would go to bed. And so you had to check in, kiss her goodnight, and say, "Goodnight, Mom, I'm home." And she'd be like, "Oh, okay. Did you have fun? Were you safe? Like, what did you guys do?" And then she would know also if anything had gone wrong. And that's one thing through my entire growing up, like until I went to college, my mom would do that. But like if I was going out for the football game or whatever, she would either be up or she would sleep on the couch until I got home. But there was always a rule in my house that even if she went to bed and she wasn't on the couch, that you had to go and wake Mom up and tell her that you were home safe. Oh, 100%.
My parents didn't want to bothered him after like 9 o'clock. You're like, "We're going to bed. Don't bug us."
Nope, absolutely. And she had a clock right next to the bed, and she would check the time to make sure that you hadn't broke curfew.
Oh, okay. Well, fantastic.
Yeah. But I'm nervous about all of that stuff because he's getting so old. But anyways, that's just kind of what has been going on through my mind this week. But I know you've had a super eventful week, Kris. So what's been going on for you?
Well, this week, my world got flipped upside down. Usually I work nights, afternoon shift, night shift at work. But this last week, I was like a regular person. Had to get up, be at work at 7:30. Actually, I negotiated my start time. Can we come here at 7 today? We were at 8 o'clock today. They want me to be coming here at 7. I said, "No, coming up a little later." Because all of last week, I was in classroom training to be the driver trainer for the company I work for. So
because you're a big deal.
I am a big deal. They know I'm a big deal. They recognize that I'm a big deal. So
because you're big shot. You're a big shot.
The one good thing about all week long being in classroom training was that they fed us for lunch every day. They took us out to different restaurants around town. And anywhere from cheap like taco shop we went to like fancy, there's some fancy restaurant to like Phil's Barbecue.
You didn't go to a cheap taco shop, did you? You went to Panda and like Phil's Barbecue
Friday.
and
Friday.
They fed you Friday?
Yeah, we went to a taco shop. Actually, we ate kind of early because one of our instructors had to take a plane ride. He had a plane ride like at noon, so he had to get out of there by like 11. So we ate like at 10:30 that morning. But we kind of wrapped up like an hour after that. So, but it was fun.
That's crazy.
And so back to work next week. I'm going to back to my regular schedule. So not the fun usual, but it was so hard to get used to having this type of schedule. It was hard for me to go to bed early, but then it was hard for me to wake up early. But it was funny. By the time Friday came around, I told you, I think by Friday, I'm going to be used to this new schedule I'm on.
Right.
And that's when I got used to the schedule of waking up at 6 a.m. Now I have to go back to work the other side, go back to working at night. So I'm going to be hard for me to go back the other way and stay up and that kind of thing. So tonight I'm going to try to stay up late to kind of get my body readjusted because I still woke up early this morning because I'm adjusted to waking up early. So now I'm, so.
That's so crazy. Now I have very important questions for you about this training. So,
okay.
So you're becoming a driver trainer. Now that's like a more leadership position, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So the Kris that I know, not that everybody knows this Kris, but he has a little bit of a temper and can be a little bit...
How dare you say that? How dare you?
And can be a little bit impatient and bossy. So I'm wondering...
Hurry up, get to the point. What?
Did they talk to you about that at all and how it isn't okay?
Yes, they did. And yes, they did. We had training on how to coach people because basically I want to be a coach for the new drivers and coach for the current drivers, make sure they're doing things the company way. The company has policies. They want to make sure every driver follows those policies. If not, there's the door kind of thing.
Oh, I don't think so. I think they want you to build their capacity, right?
It's a little bit of everything. So I know a lot of things have changed over the last week. And so when I get back to work on Tuesday afternoon, I'm not going to be going immediately into the training position. Well, I am training, but I'm not going to be training anybody when I get back to work on Tuesday, is what I'm saying. But I have to go back, and it's not so much classroom work now. It's more doing my regular job. So I have a bunch of material I have to research and go over and be prepared for, like a big binder of stuff that I have to kind of look over and make sure that I kind of know what I'm doing because I'm going to be the coach coaching everybody. So I, like any coach, need a good playbook, and I got the playbook. I have to study the playbook now. Basically, what I got to do.
Right. So how's that going to go for you? Because I know that there's like a couple of things that you hate in life, and one is reading, and the second is school. So
And don't forget traveling too. Throw that one on the mix too.
So, and does traveling, like, are we going to get to go places because of your job now?
It's very possible. They did say travel. You know what's funny? I signed this paperwork when they offered me the position. I had to sign some paperwork. They kind of went over the rules of the position, what it entails, and like travel was on there if they needed me to travel to different places.
Ooh.
And all that kind of stuff. And I had to sign my life away. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's got a loan doc or something I got to sign? So
Does your company operate in Hawaii? Very important question.
No, but they will when I'm in charge. Let me tell you.
Yes, I think so. And New York City and Miami, and yes, we'll go.
No,
I'll be the coach of the coach. How's that?
Okay, sure. Why not? Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, if you want to. If you want. So that's been my week this week.
But bottom line, are you excited about this new role? Because, I mean, it sounds like there was some like hesitation and then you had to wake up early. But are you excited that you got a promotion?
Yes, I am. Thank you for recognizing that. And I'm also kind of nervous because at work, I pretty much put myself on autopilot a lot of the times. This role, it's going to be different. I'm going to have to be an elite leader for the company.
Right.
And I have to really put on my A game, and I can't put myself on autopilot as much as I usually do at work. So I really have to be on top of it. And if there's any questions about anything, I have to take care of it. If there's anything new that comes up, I probably be the first one to go check it out and investigate things like that. So,
and you have to not blow a gasket.
My gasket, like my temper.
Yeah. No, you're like, your temper, and you can't be like saying negative things about the company because now you're a trainer, so you represent because you're a leader.
Exactly. So that's the part I really need to work on. But I'm working on it, You're
doing so good. And I'm super proud of you. And I know how hard you've been working this past week. And I know that you got a little taste of what it's like to be me because you had to like sit in a room and like do these trainings. And you've always told me.
My eyes were rolling back in my head about 2 o'clock. About 2 o'clock, I was like, they were talking to me, and I was staring off in outer space, like, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, but what's so funny, our listeners have to hear this, is after your first day, you came back and you were like so exhausted and like you couldn't think. You just needed to go to bed. You just needed to like eat and go to bed. And you were like, I am so tired. Like, I don't know if I've ever been so tired. And I was like, see, you used to question me about why I was actually tired because my job isn't physical, it's mental. And I would tell you, like, there's physical tired and then there's brain tired. And you never got it until that day. And then ever since then, you've been like, I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm so sorry, baby. I am very sorry for anything I've said to you about not being physically tired, being mentally tired. And
you'll be like, why are you tired? You didn't even work today. You didn't go do anything.
You didn't burn any calories sitting there. Yeah, come on now.
But still, do you get it now?
I get it now. And I think it's even more because like with my situation, there's only 2 of us in the classroom. So it was like you couldn't hide in the back of the class and like be on your phone. And like, because you were right in front. You were right in front of the instructor. He was talking directly to you. So you could not like I tried to glance at my phone to check things and stuff, but it's like I felt guilty checking it because he was talking right at me while I'm checking the phone. So I felt kind of weird. So I couldn't really text you that much, but you knew that's what I was doing.
I know, but it was actually kind of not bad because I got so much work done because you weren't texting me nonstop.
Oh, well, there you go. So, hey, baby.
Hey, before you transition, I was just going to say, since you've had such a hard week, and I know I had such a hard evening last night, do you think that for this episode we could have a little bit of fun?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I am all about the fun. I'm like the fun patrol around here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are. What do you have planned for us today?
So, hey, babe, since you drove all the way up to, well, you didn't drive, you took a ride all the way up there to Central Valley, there's one thing that you pass, if you remember, when you go up through the Central Valley from San Diego, up and over the Grapevine, through LA, up and over the Grapevine, down into the Central Valley. What is one of the first things you see when you come into the Central Valley?
Flatland.
And what do they have in Flatland?
Cows.
What did you just say?
Cows.
Okay, listen to this.
This grass is really Hey, here's the new girl. This could be interesting. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Ooh, I love it here. No snow on the grass.
Huh?
'Cause I hate big snowdrifts, don't you know? Okay then. See ya. Bye.
What's snow? I don't know.
She's been tipped one time too many.
Great milk comes from happy cows. Happy cows come from California.
California.
Make sure it's made with real California milk.
Do you remember
That's funny.
Do you remember that commercial, babe?
I don't remember that, but that's so funny. I could like totally imagine that, like this cow walking up and being like, "Oh yeah, you betcha."
Well, if you remember, that commercial came out in I think it was the late 90s, early 2000s. So speaking of commercials, when we come back, I have a little special game. If you remember, we playing our classic Guess This Movie trivia game. Well, I decided to create a new one based on classic commercials.
Ooh, fun.
And I will have that ready for you when we get back. Hey there, K2 crew. We love having you as our loyal listeners.
To keep up to date with what's happening behind the scenes, check us out on social media.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
And don't forget to follow our Facebook page.
Yeah, tag us in your favorite fun stories, and guess what? You might just end up on the show.
Ooh.
Today's episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. Do you feel like you're stuck in that dinner rut? You know, like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want for dinner? Well, with HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients with mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip all those lines at the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. You can now enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in 30 minutes or less. With 25 recipes to choose from each week, there's something for everyone to enjoy.
All recipes are designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. Some of those recipes are chicken and biscuit pot pie with carrots, celery, and fresh thyme, figgy balsamic pork cutlets with roasted green beans and rosemary potatoes, lemon cream chicken cutlets plus dilly potatoes and green beans, and taqueria pork bowls, which is a takeout favorite, with corn esquites, sour cream, and cilantro.
Go to the link in our show notes to get $80 off, including free shipping on HelloFresh, the #1 meal kit. And welcome back, everybody. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good. I'm still here.
Of course you are, baby doll. So, hey, we are going to play a brand new game. Are you ready to play, baby?
I am.
Okay, and you listening at home get to play along too. If you ever watched television in the mid-2000s or even earlier, actually television in general, they had commercials, and a lot of commercials really were on there. And some of the commercials...
Don't they still have commercials?
You know, I don't watch a lot of TV, and I don't think a lot of people do. Most people
There are
watch
still commercials.
Oh, there are? Well,
Yes.
yeah, I'm sure there are. But these are ones that I remember from my childhood. I remember these commercials were so famous growing up. Some of these were famous commercials, and some are kind of corny. You know, most commercials are corny and kind of get you, like the one we just played earlier. But these commercials, I enjoy listening, hearing these commercials and watching these commercials. So I decided to make a game out of them. So the game is basically going to be guess this commercial. Now, the way it's going to work is I'm going to play commercials, and you're going to have to guess what the product is. In some cases, you're going to have to guess what the character is in the commercial, because some of the commercials, they actually mention the name. Actually, I think one of them they do.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what that one is. So if you get it correctly, you'll hear this. And if you guess it wrong, you will hear this. Pretty
and
simple.
what do I win? Wait, first of all, how many clips are there?
There happens to be 12 clips, 12 commercials.
What happens if I get more than 6 correct? What do I win?
Oh, you get my love, baby. You know my love.
That's not. I already get that.
How about
and
I'll do the
that's
dishes?
not
I'll do the
sufficient.
dishes tonight.
You offered that last time and you didn't do it. How about you scoop Clover's poop for a whole week?
I did that already, though.
How about you clean the little boy's bedroom? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
If I win 7 clips,
if you get
then
7
you
of these
clean
clips,
their room, and if not, then I have to hire the housekeeper because I'm not doing it again.
Oh, yeah, probably will. Okay. So the way it's going to work for you listening at home, I'm going to play a commercial. If you think you know the answer, you always can email us or write us on social media if you feel like, oh, I knew that commercial, I remember that commercial, or things like that. Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Give us feedback. We'd love to hear about it. So, are you ready to play, baby?
I am. So clip number 1, right?
Okay, here's the first clip. Now, these are in any particular order. They just do order. I threw them up on the screen. So,
And do I get a few seconds after to be able to get the right name?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Take as much time as you need to clip. These will have pauses. I took out the so some of these clips actually announce what the product is. So I edited that part out. You'll hear a pause.
You're so fancy.
I know. You'll hear a pause in some of these. So you won't hear the actual title of the product being sold. So you have to kind of figure out what it is.
All right, I'm
based
ready.
on the commercial. Does that make sense? Okay, now this first one's, I'll set you off with a very, very easy one.
Don't say that because you know I'm not going to get it.
I think you'll get this one, baby. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Well, when I got hurt in this work, thought I had supplemental insurance.
Supplemental insurance? What's that?
Aflac. Well, even the best insurance doesn't give you cash to cover things like lost pay, other expenses. This does.
What does?
Aflac. Should ask about it at work.
Really? And what's it called?
Aflac!
Without it, no insurance is complete.
Aflac!
It gave it away 5 times. It was Aflac.
Yeah, but it was the duck saying it. So I
It
didn't
was
know
the duck, yeah.
or sorry, there was a goose or whatever they have there.
No, it was a duck.
Is
It's
it a duck?
Aflac. Yeah, 'cause
That's right.
He's quacking Aflac.
You remember that commercial?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's another commercial, which is funny. When I was looking at this commercial on YouTube, they had a string of these commercials kind of during this whole time this commercial was popular. They ran a big string of them. And it was
don't
funny.
give it away. You got to let me guess.
Okay. Here it is.
You
Ready?
can tell the story after.
Okay, here it is.
Have you ever borrowed a book from thousands of miles away? Across the country? Without stopping for directions? Or sent someone a fax? From the beach? You will. And the company that'll bring it to you.
Is that it?
Yeah, what is it, baby?
Google? What? Internet Explorer. Hold on. Amazon. Don't go. Firefox. Oh, that's obnoxious. Okay.
It's AT&T.
Oh, what? That's like 80s.
No, it was
That's like 80s music. It was like da, da, da,
I know.
da.
It came out. It came out.
It's like
in
Magnum PI music.
It came out in the. It was a big string of those commercials. 'Cause I was looking up on YouTube, and they had a bunch of them because they had this kind of thing
Did
where
you
they
actually ever see that on TV?
Yes, I did.
Or-
'Cause
okay, I never
I'll tell you
did.
why. I was super excited because they really kind of projected the future, like I said in the commercial. And this is all a time where a computer was basically like a big box on your desk that maybe got AOL on it, and they kind of like the whole GPS thing. Like that's super cool. Now we have that. The fax on your beach. We can pretty much do that with your phone. The buying one that said buying concert tickets at a kiosk where you can do it on your phone now. FaceTime was kind of a new thing. It was like making a phone call that you can see the person or something on it. And I was like, that's so cool. I want to do that, and now we kind of bunch do that. So
That's now it's like second nature.
right. They did have one for Zoom. It was like Zoom. It was like a knockoff version of Zoom. So now you can do a meeting in your pajamas and it had a guy talking to his computer in Zoom. Totally check that out, Zoom.
That's so funny.
So here is the next, and this next one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's easy. Okay.
Okay. Oh, don't say that. Don't say they're easy.
All right, here you go, baby.
Oh, I know this one.
Bud. Wines. Bud. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines. Bud. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines.
Okay, it's Budweiser. You already gave it away. And it's the frogs.
Yeah, I told you it was an easy one. The frogs.
It's because it wasn't even a question. That's like giving somebody a multiple choice test and telling them that the answer is always C.
Oh, I guess so. Well, I threw that one in there too. So.
All right, come on. Let's up it a little bit.
Okay, this one might be a little trickier. Okay.
Okay, just go.
Okay, this one is.
Don't preface it. Just go.
A certain movie came out.
Shh. Just go. You're giving it
for
away.
this commercial. Ready? Here you go.
Just giving it away.
hello. Gotham Corner Store? Yes, we seem to be down to our last. A gentleman is on his way to pick some up. Just look for a black car. No, this black car will be rather difficult to miss. And by the way, the gentleman is usually in quite a rush.
Just for the taste of it.
Diet Coke.
Yes, baby, that's it. The Diet Coke Batman commercial.
At first, I was like, "Is he asking for Grey Poupon? Like the Batman? What?"
Yeah, it was it was a whole string of commercials. Because the Batman movie was so massive. The original Batman, the 1989 Batman, I think it was. So they actually had a commercial for Diet Coke for that one. So.
Oh right. So I have 3 points.
Okay. Now this one is so. I love this one so much. It's so cute. Okay. It's a cute commercial.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Larry, it's like no place you've ever been in your whole life. The first thing you gotta remember about is to pace yourself. Now this is a mistake that a lot of first-timers make. They've got all these unbelievable rides and cool stuff to do. If you try to do it all at once, you'll be sleeping like a baby by lunchtime. Number 2. Don't eat right before you go on Mr. Toad's wild ride. Number 3, Goofy is huge. I know he's only this big on TV, but in real life, Goofy could beat up Dad. Well, I guess that's all the important stuff. You're gonna love this place, Larry. It really brings out the kid in you.
There's never been a better time to make the dream come true.
We'll be leaving in about 3 weeks.
Disneyland. Or Disney World.
There you go, baby.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I mean, it was same difference. It was Disney.
Right. Do you remember that one, though? With
I
the
do,
kid?
because it was like talking to the little baby in the stroller.
Or no, I think he was talking to his I saw the commercial. He was actually talking to his little baby brother. It was like the baby. One kid was maybe 4, and his brother was maybe like 2 or something. I don't know.
He's a baby.
And he's like packing the suitcase, and he's telling him all about it and everything. And I remember that.
Gosh, you're so sappy.
Oh, you like
all
that
right,
one?
I have 4 right. Let's go. I'm going to win this one.
Okay, baby. Here's the next one.
Operator, I'd like to make a collect call, please. First name Bob, last name is We Oughta Baby Eats a Boy.
Hello?
Collect call for Mr. Bob. We Oughta Baby Eats a Boy.
Sorry, wrong number.
Who's that, dear?
Bob, they had a baby. It's a boy.
Oh.
Don't cheat the phone company. Save money the legal way. Call. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's Geico.
Yeah. Do you remember that one, babe?
I do. We had a baby. It's a boy.
Yeah. Yes, that was like actually one of the original. I think that might have been the original Geico like funny commercials because I remember seeing. I looked up Geico.
Was it like a Super Bowl commercial?
I don't know. It seemed a little short to be Super Bowl commercials. These are a little longer. Now this next one.
Okay.
This next one, I don't know if it's Super Bowl commercial or not. It's a little bit longer, but it ran an entire series of these same type of commercials. This is probably the one that really kicked it off.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, of course.
Okay, here we go.
And that was the Vienna Wood Dance in D, one of my all-time favorites. And now let's make that random call with today's $10,000 question. It's a tough one. Who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel? All right, let's go to the phones and see who's out there. Hello, for $10,000. Who shot... Excuse me?
Hold on, let me take a look. No!
I'm afraid your time is almost up. I'm sorry, maybe next time.
It was Got Milk. You left half of the slogan in, you goofball.
Oh,
I remember that one because he was like had a mouthful of like peanut butter sandwich or something like that.
Right,
or something like that. And he was like, Aaron Burr. I remember that.
That was probably the one that actually kicked off that entire camp. They had a few other ones like that, but I think
always wondered why he didn't just spit it out of his mouth.
I don't know.
Why didn't he just spit out the food for $10,000? Clean up your mess.
Who randomly calls like anybody and say, "Do you know the answer?" Like, what? Who are you calling me? What are you calling me for?
No, he was in a sweepstakes. It's like when you submit.
But the thing is, they called him. He didn't call them. They called him. Well,
exactly.
Who does that? I don't know.
You never know. Back then.
Now this next one.
I'm at like 6. I'm almost winning here.
This one hits close to home because I don't know if this company is actually on the East Coast, if that makes sense.
No, but okay. Go ahead.
Okay. You ready, baby?
Mm-hmm.
One of my competitors says you can have it your way. Really? Good luck ordering breakfast after 11 a.m. Let's talk about my way.
Yeah.
My way means you can order anything on the menu any time of day, whether it's a burger for breakfast or French toast sticks at midnight. Other places won't let you do that. And hey, if I'm saying something that's not true, do something about it.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, do you remember the voice for the Jack?
Yes, I remember the voice of the Jack.
Yeah, so that was.
It's like very distinctive.
And he actually, in that commercial, he like was standing in front. I don't know if it's an illegal commercial or whatever, because he went in front of Burger King. Burger King is actually in the image. He stands in front of Burger King with a sign and everything, and like rips his sleeves off his shirt and has like these big muscular muscle like arms. He's like, do something about it. Like, I don't know what that was all about, but it was pretty funny.
Well, I think it came out after that movie Big Daddy, when it was like this whole thing of McDonald's not serving breakfast all day long. I remember there was like this huge scandal where like one of the other companies made a joke out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember seeing that movie, but I don't remember that part of the movie. So.
Oh my gosh, the little kid like throws a fit because he wanted to have something at McDonald's for breakfast, and they got there and it was like a few minutes late and they wouldn't serve breakfast. And I remember like people were talking about that, how like McDonald's is hardcore with not serving breakfast after 11.
Well, he did it in front of a Burger King. I remember that. So I don't know.
Same difference.
Okay, now this next one is a very classic commercial.
Okay.
We're talking like
By the
80s.
way, that was another point for me. I've already got like 17.
What? How's that possible?
Because everything multiplies. Okay, let's go.
Okay, this one's a very classic one. So, yeah, here you go. Ready?
I was born ready.
Okay, baby, here you go.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. I'm not going to try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Regular, cinnamon, and raisin. Nutritious, delicious.
Oh, I know what it is. Is it Raisin Bran? No, it's shh, don't do that. Yeah, I was still thinking. You cheated. I know, Mikey likes it. It's not Life. It wasn't Life because Life doesn't have raisin.
Say it again.
Life? But they didn't have raisin Life.
No, I think it was cinnamon flavor.
No, they said regular, cinnamon, or raisins.
Well, I don't know. This is the 80s. Maybe they had it in the 80s. I don't
know, but I thought that it was Life cereal. Mikey likes it.
Yes.
He doesn't like anything.
Yeah, you got it, baby.
I know. It took me a minute because I was like, context clues were messing me up with the raisins.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, this next commercial is a little bit longer, and I believe this was actually a Super Bowl commercial.
Okay. I'm ready.
So, during the Super Bowl, there's a few major brands that are always in the Super Bowl commercials. Like every year, they always have a commercial, right? This is one of those brands.
My Little Pony.
Yes. Actually, no. I'm sorry to tell you that. So, are you ready? Are you ready, babe?
I told you I was born ready.
Okay,
I'm
here
always
you go.
ready.
Okay, here you go.
What do you have, folks? A large pepperoni pizza.
Next, please.
Sure thing, Curly. Here you go, cupcake.
Thank you.
Hey, come here. I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm going to tell you. We both know I ordered a Pepsi-Cola. And now you've insulted me and my entire family by offering me this, whatever it is. For being a civilized person, I'd like to give you a chance to make amends. Capiche?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
Coke? It was Pepsi.
It was Pepsi, baby.
Well, you got me off because you said cola.
No, well,
and then it was like the joy of cola. I was like, was that Coke? Coke? No, Pepsi Cola. That's what it was.
Yes, it was.
I was wrong. I didn't get it right, but thank you for giving it to me. But I did not win that one. But I've already got the majority. So
they in the commercial, this little girl, it was like this cute little girl with curly hair, walks up to like this. I guess it's like a mafia
boss, yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. And then all of a sudden her voice changes to like this mob boss or something, and he starts talking to her or whatever. So that's what it was about. Now this next one,
okay,
I'm going to give away the title in the commercial. It does, but listen, because you kind of have to. Otherwise, once you hear it, you'll get it. But you got to tell me what animal is in this commercial.
Got it.
Okay. There's only like 4 lines in the whole commercial. Like,
okay, I'm listening.
Maybe like 5 words in the whole commercial.
I'm
you
listening
ready?
Carefully.
Okay.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
It was like one line, and it was a Chihuahua, which is a dog.
Yeah, you remember the Chihuahua, baby?
Oh, of course I did.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're cracking yourself up. You're cracking me up because you keep laughing at yourself.
I know.
Let's keep going. I'm already winning this game.
Okay, baby. You got last commercial I have on this list for you. Okay, the very last one.
Okay,
very last one. This is a classic. This is probably the commercial of all commercials. If anybody remembers any kind of commercial in the history of all time, it's probably this one.
Wow. As she gets ready to crash and burn. Go ahead.
So this is an older commercial, but it's a pretty famous one. It's so famous they actually ran this punchline into the ground, like with multiple versions afterwards. Guys, looking up on YouTube, I said, find me the original.
FYI, you're like the worst of keeping secrets. You try to give like every single clue and build it up. Let's just listen to it and tell your story after. Come on, sunshine.
Okay, here you go, baby.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And when a single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac, at you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're kind of people.
All of that, like, cutting out, was that you doing that, or was that, like...
Yeah, that's me hiding.
Because it's Wendy's.
Yes, it is. They actually said Wendy's like 5 times in the clip.
Oh, because I kept listening, and then it was like I was trying to get the rhythm of the commercial, and I was like, wait, is this my computer, or is this him trying to, like, silence out the word Wendy's?
Yeah, I just silenced out
as soon as they said single... smaller bun, it's like, of course it's Wendy's, because, you know, they always talk about like their square patties make for the fact that there's like more meat on your burger.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Although
about that.
I think that they just make them square and flatten them out more. I think you get the same meat everywhere.
Oh, look at that.
Although I've heard that McDonald's adds like sugar in theirs or something to make people get addicted.
Or more salt maybe or something. You know, that commercial, I was looking at that commercial, I actually found a string of other versions of the commercial, and like they ran that commercial, that ad to they ran them to death because she was doing the where's the beef thing to like randomly pick up the phone and saying where's the beef, and she's popping up in someone's house saying where's the beef, and random, you know, like what's that got to do with anything, you know? So, but that where's the beef.
Is that where they got the phrase, I've got a beef with you?
I don't think so. I think that came out way longer. Well, that, folks, is the new Guess This commercial game. If you guessed any of them correctly, congratulations. You win a prize. Kristine will pay up.
And if you got the majority of them correct like I did, then Kris will come and clean your kid's bedroom like he's going to do at our house. So email him your IOU.
Oh, yeah, it'll be an IOU. I pay you, too. So, well, thank you so much for playing, baby. Was that fun?
Yeah, it was fun. You crack me up though. Like, I need to teach you how to like lead in. You've got to be more mysterious because you scaffolded it so much. You were like building it up, building it up, building it up. You almost gave every single one of them away.
I know. I can't.
You're the worst with secrets.
I am the worst with secrets. That's a problem.
That's one thing about you, and one thing that's great about our relationship is that you don't know how to keep a secret. Like, you just spill the beans. And so when I tell you anything, I have to say, you are not allowed to say this to da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, do not share this info.
I know. Well, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's worse things that could be wrong in a marriage, right? The fact that my husband can't keep a secret is, I think, one that I can absolutely live with, right?
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, it could be worse. You're right. Absolutely could be worse. So,
absolutely.
Hey, babe, before we wrap this up, you got anything, any fantastic news you want to share?
No, I just want to say thank you for all of your work because I know you spent hours putting this fun episode together, and I am looking forward to hearing it when it comes out, and we hope that you all have fun playing along. Kris really does put a lot of fun and thought into these games, so if you have an idea of a game we should play on one of our upcoming episodes, please send us the message through. You can DM us on Instagram. You can message us through our Facebook page, message Kris on Twitter, email us, anything that you would like to. And don't forget to stay tuned for next week is the big 100th episode.
Wow, 100 episodes. Check this out. I didn't think we could make it past 3 episodes, to tell you the truth. And next week will be
it's
the big...
It's a good thing we did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten engaged, right?
Possibly, but I think I would have married you anyways, regardless if we got past
thank you.
episode 3 or 4 or 100. So you know what's funny? That'd be a great proposal in the 100th episode. It'd be like, and
I wouldn't let you keep me waiting that long.
Yeah, it's true. If you think of these daily episodes, let's get to it already. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this up along.
I'm like, at what point?
Next week will be the 100th episode, and we have something very special in store for that. We have a few new things we're going to unleash. Actually, one major new thing we're going to release on the next episode. And I cannot wait to share it. I've been enjoying that one thing and not telling you what it is.
Exactly. Don't give away your secrets. Just let it be a secret, Kris.
I will. So you want to find out more about the Kris and Kristine show, you always go to our website. That is www.krisandkristineshow.com.
And that's Kris and Kristine with K's.
And we will be back next week for the great big 100th episode, and we'll see you then.
Remember this week that life is too short to wake up in the morning with regret.
So love the people who treat you right, forget about the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason.
If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said that it would be easy.
They just promised it would be worth it. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kris.
And I'm Kristine. And until next week,
keep moving forward.